A girl is forced to return to the world she abandoned some years ago after a run-in with the cops. Her defiant attitude gives way to something that may be considered team spirit while enrolled in an elite gymnastics program headed by a legendary coach. Hello and welcome to Comedy Recap. Today we will give you a recap of the film Stick It, which is a movie from the sports comedy genre. A hilarious film that will have you tumbling with laughter. Trust me when I say this film is worth the watch. You will thank us later on. So put on your leotard and enjoy the movie. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. Haley Graham, who is 17 years old and defiant, has a run-in with the law after she and two of her skateboarding pals accidentally caused damage to a new house. As a result of this incident, she is compelled to return to the structured world of gymnastics. A judge decides that Haley must live out her worst nightmare and attend a prestigious gymnastics school that is directed by the illustrious instructor Bert Vickerman. At one time, Haley was regarded as one of the most talented gymnasts in the United States. She was able to compete at the World Championships. But the previous year, she quit the competition in the middle of the finals, which cost the American team the gold medal, left many people hurt and crushed, and made her one of the most hated people in gymnastics. This year, she was able to compete at the World Championships. As soon as Haley arrives at the school, she has a conversation with Coach Vickerman, who tries to persuade her to pick up the sport once more, at least until an upcoming invitational competition that she is eligible to participate in. Vickerman is able to persuade her that she can use the money that she won from the competition to pay off certain property damage debts that she still owes, and that if she does so, she will be free to walk away from gymnastics forever. Haley is hesitant to come back out of retirement since she does not enjoy the sport's stringent regulations or the rigorous training routine. Her behavior toward the other gymnasts, in addition to her troubled past that she does not like to discuss, frequently leads to disagreements. Haley was given the shoulder on her first day at the gym, which opened her eyes to the competition she would be facing there. Haley's talent shines brightly at the Invitational, and it appears that her comeback from her gymnastics retirement was a good decision. However, not everything in the scoring system is what it seems to be. It's one of the many reasons why she retired, but she starts to remember one of them: the problem with the judging. The panels do not take into consideration the difficulty of the move, nor do they look at the technique. Instead, they just deduct points for insignificant and tiny faults. As Haley continues to narrate, it makes no difference how well you do. It depends on how effectively you adhere to their guidelines. In addition to this, Haley is under an extreme amount of stress because her authoritarian and previously divorced mother has arrived to witness the meeting. Her behavior at the World Championship, also known as Worlds, is still fresh in the mind of other competitors and spectators who regard her with overt hatred as a result. During the tournament, Haley starts out strong and sweeps the floor with her opponents, easily passing each gymnastics performance in succession. In an exact reenactment of what happened at the World Championships, Haley ultimately loses in the middle of her routine on the balancing beam and exits the arena before the end of the competition. Before she leaves, she explains to Vickerman the reason that she left the World Championship. She had just found out that her mother was having an affair with her then coach, and as a result, her parents divorced shortly thereafter, with her father gaining custody of her. The World Championship was the first major competition that she had ever participated in. Haley travels to the same judge who ordered her to participate in gymnastics training in order to inform her that she has made the decision to withdraw from the program. The judge then has the option of sending Haley to a juvenile hall prison or a military academy. However, the court informs her that there is no need for that because Coach Vickerman has completely paid for the damage that Haley caused to the developmental side. Coach Vickerman appears to have had sympathy for Haley and what occurred to her. He is successful in convincing Haley to continue working out with him. Haley makes a decision to accept the offer made by Vickerman and continues to train despite the fact that she did not finish the invitation. At the end of the training, Haley and three of her other colleagues, Weiwei, Joanne, and Mina, qualify for the national championships. The judging at the national championships places her very low in the all-around standings. However, this does not prevent her from competing in the finals of the individual events. Mina performs flawlessly in the first final event of the competition, the vault, but receives a poor mark because of her performance of an incredibly difficult technique, 9.5 out of 10. As a result of Vickerman's questioning of the judges, he finds out that Mina's score was reduced due to the fact that she displayed a bra strap. Now, this is unacceptable to the coach and the rest of the contestants. Even though they are competing against each other, they still were united as women, and hence were committed to showing their disapproval. But for that, someone had to take the first step. Someone had to come forth and show everyone that this misogynistic and backward-minded rule needs to be amended. And who better to set a precedent other than Haley? She is next up, but instead of vaulting, she flips her rebel horn hand gesture to the judges and forfeits her turn in disgust, which is also known as a scratch. The rock and roll sign of the forefinger and little finger extended is Haley's symbol of rebellion that she shows throughout the movie, In addition, she shows her bra strap to the judges. As a result, following Haley's lead, the rest of the girls also demonstrated a scratch. In the end, Mina was awarded the vault gold medal despite the fact that she received a string of zeros as a result of the other gymnasts following her lead and getting zeros too. This shows that for the girls, the ideal of women empowerment and feminism stood above all, and despite the differences and rivalry amongst them, they were ready to forego it for the greater good. The courageous step taken by Haley ignites a movement. The gymnasts confer with one another, and they come to the conclusion that the judging would be more objective if they were allowed to select the victor themselves. They persuade all of the other participants in the competition to select a single individual from each activity who they believe to be the most deserving of the title of winner. The routine of the wither is completed, as routines of the other competitors who are jumping on and off the equipment and scratching for all other events, from the vault to the balance beam to the free dance, are being performed. Trisha Skilkin, a longtime judge's favorite and a staunch supporter, arrives and threatens the choice of winners by competing herself first with the balance beam. This continues until Wei Wei decides to compete with an unconventional move by senior breakdancing on the beam to the tune of rock music. It appears that the movement will be destroyed. At the culmination of the competition, Haley will demonstrate her skills in the free dance segment while the other contestants will scratch. Trisha finally comes to her senses when it comes time to compete, and she scratches despite the fact that she has come to the conclusion that scratching is for the benefit of the competition and to make a point. The purpose of the entire event is not to compete against one another or come out on top. Rather, it is to encourage free thought. What was supposed to be a gymnastics competition ends up being a little upheaval of the rules and Haley's position in them. Her abilities have once again been acknowledged, and now a number of universities have offered her athletic scholarships so that she can compete in the NCAA gymnastics. Her future appears to be secure. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.